Hello, students, and welcome again to Limitless English with Mr. Reyes. As of today, we have the book Word Link, the book 2 of Word Link, and we are in the Unit 3, Lesson B. So, the name of the unit or the name of this section is Unsolved Mysteries. So, you need to think about what unsolved mysteries we have that nobody has been able to explain. All right, so on the first section that we have here, you need to check in. You need to read what we have on this side. It says, why do we dream? Everyone dreams, but scientists can't figure out why. Below are two explanations. Now remember that they are only explanation. We don't know exactly why we dream. All right, our team is investigating the connection between dreams and or our health. Dreams might help us deal with stress after we sleep and dream. We feel better. We have a different theory. Maybe dreams are just images in our minds. Maybe they are just in there. We dream because the brain is cleaning out unused information. When we sleep, both ideas make sense, but for now, there's no proof for either one. The only way to solve this mystery is to do more research. So, since we are dealing with unsolved mysteries, what is your opinion about the reason why we dream? Do you think that we dream because we are cleaning some information that we have in our brain? Or do you think that we just dream because that is part of our sense or part of our body? Whatever you think, it's going to be good when it comes to answers because nobody knows why yet. And yes, this is unsolved mysteries. On the first exercise that we have here, it says, look at the photo and the questions, why do we dream? Think of answers with a partner. If you have a partner, if not, think about what would be your answer on why do we dream. A nice picture we have there too. You could see it. All right, and try to complete what we have on this part. It says, some words have the same definition. Figure out to find an answer to a question or a problem. That's when you get the solution, when you figure out. Theory, a guess or idea. Remember, theory is not something that is directly true. It's an idea of how things happen. Then you find the rest. To study something closely, to be logical or understandable, and facts that show that something is true. So try to complete what we have here with the parts that we have on the top that are the words that we got there, like figure out, explanation, investigation, theory, make sense, prove, and solve. All right, on the next section, it says answer the questions with a partner. Use your ideas from A to explain your answers. What are the two theories about dreams? So you read them again. Do scientists have proof for either idea? Do they have proof? Hey. And in your opinion, which explanation makes more sense? And what is your personal explanation about the dreams? Think about it. Looking at the next section, and we'll check all the listening that we have here. We have two pictures. Says some people think that more people act in a strange or dangerous way when the moon is full. Okay. Right? When the moon is full, they have a lot of sayings and things that they say that happen because the moon is full. Do you think that the moon being full will give you like a reaction as a person, to act different? Whatever your answer is, yes. Why in that aspect? And remember, we are dealing with unsolved mysteries, so nobody knows exactly why. So here we got more scientists, more people hurt. According to that, they got more scientists and more people hurt. In crimes, they usually say that they go up. This color, blue, is for the full moon nights, and this color, the one that is red, is for the other nights. All right, so in the full moons, we got different things that happen. When it comes to accident, we got different things. When it comes to people that get hurt, we got different things. And when it comes to crimes, we got different, they are different. So let's check some things that we got here. It says here, make predictions, look at the photo and the graph, read the information, then answer the questions with a partner. What do some people think about the full moon? Look at the graph. What do you think it's showing? What is your opinion when it comes to the full moon? All right. Do you think that we get more accidents when we have full moon or when we don't have full moon? Do you think that more people get hurt when we got full moon? And do you think that we have more crimes when we have full moon? It's your opinion so far. If something affects you, it causes you to change in some way. Behavior is the way you act, is the way that you do things. But it's all right. Now we're going to get the listening so we can check what is the listening about. All right. It says you're going to hear a news report. This is a news report. Listen and complete the graph in A. Write one word in each blank. What are city officials planning to do? Write your answer. So now we're going to listen, and you need to complete these lines that we got here. More, whatever it is they say. Hurt in, whatever they say there. And we got here, what do some people think about the full moon? Answer that part. And look at the graph. What do you think is shown? So let's complete this part. And according to the listening, you'll complete this too. Listen and complete the graph. And what city are features planning to do? Write your answer. Let's listen. I'm going to play it 2 times, just in case.
And now for our last report of the evening, we go downtown, where city officials plan to put more police on the street on nights when the moon is full. For that story, we turn now to Mia Curtis. Mia?
Yes, Stuart, it's true. Soon there might be more police out when the moon's full. City officials say there are more car accidents and more people hurt in fights on these nights.
Listen again and complete.
And now for our last report of the evening, we go downtown, where city officials plan to put more police on the street on nights when the moon is full. For that story, we turn now to Mia Curtis. Mia?
Yes, Stuart, it's true. Soon there might be more police out when the moon's full. City officials say there are more car accidents and more people hurt in fights on these nights.
Okay, so according to those news, make sure that you complete the blanks that we have here and that you complete this part too. It says listen and complete the graph. Write one word in each blank. You write the word that goes there according to what they said. If not, you can always repeat again. What are city officials planning to do? Write your answer. According to the listening, what are they planning to do? Now we go to the next part. It says listen for speaking opinion. Listen for details. Read the questions and answers. Then listen and check yes or no. And complete the chart. All right. So here it says the woman, does the moon affect our behavior? Yes or no? And what is the person's theory? What is the theory what is that they think? The moon affects the blank. So you complete that blank. And maybe it affects blanks too. And the second one, the man, does the moon affects our behavior? Yes or no? And on full moon nights, there's more, whatever they say, and so more people listen and complete those parts. And remember, unsolved mysteries.
And now for our last report of the evening, we go downtown, where city officials plan to put more police on the street on nights when the moon is full. For that story, we turn now to Mia Curtis. Mia?
Yes, Stuart, it's true. Soon there might be more police out when the moon's full. City officials say there are more car accidents and more people hurt in fights on these nights. I talked to different people on the street to get their opinion on this plan. Do we need more police on the street when the moon is full?
I think it makes sense.
So you think the moon can change our behavior?
Yeah, maybe. You know, the moon affects the oceans here on Earth. Maybe it affects people, too.
And what do you think, sir? Can the moon change our behavior?
There's no proof that that's true. My theory is this. On a full moon night, there's more light, so maybe more people go out. There are more people on the street, and so there are more accidents and fights. It's that simple.
All right, remember to complete this exercise that we have here. If you need to listen again, you listen again or repeat it in that aspect. Here we have a couple of things. It says, answer the questions with a partner. What do you think? What is your opinion? Can the moon change our behavior? Can you think of any other explanations for the higher crime and accident rates? All right, what is your opinion? Why do you think these things happen according to what they say when we have full moon? Just your opinion. All right. On the next section, we have a reading, and for this reading, we have an audio. So that is a good thing on that aspect. All right, so make sure that you check whatever it is that you don't understand in this side. Use your book and get your dictionary. I'll read the instructions so we'll know what we have to do. It says here, make predictions, scan for details, look at the title and photo, and answer the questions below. Then look quickly through the article to check your answers. What do you think the drawing in the photo is? Who do you think made it? So look at these drawings that we got there. And if you go to YouTube, you're going to see a lot of information about this. It says the Nazca Desert, this is in the desert, in Peru, is home to one of the most unusual sites in the world. In this issue, we talk with Dr. Gabriel Reyes, another Reyes, about the Nazca Lines and why they are one of history's greatest mysteries. All right, those are lines that we have like that in the desert, and nobody knows who made them. But it's all right. We're going to get to that in a second. All right, so here we have in this part, identify the main ideas, read the passage, then write the questions below in the correct places in the interview. 2 questions are extra. How did they make the lines? That'll be a question. What was the purpose of the lines? How do the local people feel about the lines? What exactly are the Nazca Lines? Can anyone visit the Nazca Lines? Who made the ground drawing? So we have a couple of questions here. You are supposed to read so you can get the answers for those questions. We got here too in C. It says read for details. The statements below are wrong. Change them so that they are correct. Underline the sentences in the interview that help you make your changes. So in this exercise, they are incorrect. So you need to find why or where they are incorrect and change it so they can be correct. The lines are small. You can only see them by looking closely at the ground. So what is incorrect here? You need to specify it according to the reading what is incorrect, and you need to change it so it could be correct. North America probably created the lines in the year 1500. What is incorrect about this part? And you write down the correct part. It was probably difficult for people to make the lines without simple tools. So what is incorrect about that? And you correct it and you put the things that are correct. The Nazca Lines definitely wear a calendar, say scientists. So what is incorrect about that part? And you put it correctly. On the next section, it says, look at the 4 questions in the interview. Take turns asking and answering them. With a partner, when you answer a question, use your own words. Try not to look back at the article. So the next thing that I'm going to do now, well, we're going to get the reading, and then after we get the reading, then we're going to play the reading. So like that, everybody could listen to it, and everybody could get it. Hey, it is my colleague. In that case, he got the same last name as Reyes. That is a good thing. So we got an interviewer. So Dr. Reyes, tell us. Dr. Reyes says, on the ground for almost 60 kilometers, that is 37 miles, in the Peruvian desert are hundreds of lines drawn of different animals, human, insects, and other symbols. These drawings, known as the Nazca Lines, are very large. Some are over 200 meters that is 650 feet long, you can only see them clearly from a high place, like a plane or the mountains nearby. The interviewer says, Dr. Reyes, for years, some people thought visitors from another planet drew them. Maybe because it's easier to see the lines from a high place, but in fact, the Nazca people created the images. They lived in the area for 200 BC, before Christ, to the 7th century after Christ, AD, and probably made the drawings over 1,500 years ago. The interviewer says 1,500 years ago, Reyes. They probably, now here they say probably, used simple tools, a team worked together and made the drawings in the desert ground. They didn't need planes or other modern tools. The interviewer. So you got to put the questions that they asked there. Dr. Reyes, good question. We still can't figure out it, but we still can't figure it out. But we have different theories. The images might be religious symbols. The lines could also be a large map. Perhaps the Nazca people used the lines to find water in the desert. Or maybe the lines were a type of calendar. As I said, scientists are still investigating. So, what is your opinion? They are still investigating. Nobody really knows how they made those things there. All right, I'll still play it. I'll play the audio so you can listen, and we'll go to the next thing. In your book, make sure that you complete the exercises with those information that we have here.
Mysterious artwork. The Nazca Desert in Peru is home to one of the most unusual sights in the world. In this issue, we talk with Dr. Gabriel Reyes about the Nazca Lines and why they are one of history's greatest mysteries.
So, Dr. Reyes, tell us, what exactly are the Nazca Lines?
On the ground for almost 60 kilometers, 37 miles, in the Peruvian desert are hundreds of line drawings of different animals, humans, insects, and other symbols. These drawings, known as the Nazca Lines, are very large. Some are over 200 meters, 656 feet, long. You can only see them clearly from a high place, like a plain or the mountains nearby.
Who made the ground drawings?
For years, some people thought visitors from another planet drew them, maybe because it's easiest to see the lines from a high place. But, in fact, the Nazca people created the images. They lived in the area from 200 BC to the 7th century AD and probably made the drawings over 1,500 years ago.
1,500 years ago? How did they make the lines?
They probably used simple tools. A team worked together and made the drawings in the desert ground. They didn't need planes or other modern tools.
What was the purpose of the lines?
Good question. We still can't figure it out, but we have different theories. The images might be religious symbols. The lines could also be a large map. Perhaps the Nazca people used the lines to find water in the desert. Or maybe the lines were a type of calendar. As I said, scientists are still investigating.
So they are still investigating. Make sure that if you have to repeat it, in order to complete the exercises, that you repeat it and you complete the exercise that we have about it, all right? The part B, and that you complete the part C. That'll be the ones that are incorrect, and you got to make them correct. Remember, too, that according to how they talk, you are supposed to complete the questions that the interviewer is asking Dr. Reyes, all right? There is one question here, another question here, another question here, and another question here. So you need to write those questions according to the questions that they ask. On the next section, we have the grammar part. When it comes to the grammar part, the grammar is not a lot, we could say, compared to the other grammars that we have had in this book. The first thing that I'm going to do is that I'll play the video about the grammar, and after I play the video, I'll explain a little things about this that we have here. even though it's not a lot. Listen to the video.
Modals of present possibility. Use may, might, and could to say something is possible.
Luis is not in class today. He may be sick. He might be sick. He could be sick.
Use can't and couldn't to say something is not possible.
I just saw him in the cafeteria. He can't be sick. He couldn't be sick.
All right, when it comes to this, we have here that when you have the affirmative part and you are going to talk about a possibility, you can use any of them. May, might, or could. Okay? And when you are talking about the negative part, you can only use can't or couldn't. All right? Can't or couldn't for the negative part. According to what you have here in the chart, we got subjects, got here the lunch. Next month, let's say you are thinking about the possibility of something happening or the possibility of how something was done. And those are called modals of possibilities because they represent a possibility about something. And for them, you can use may, might, or could. Now, this is when it's possible. When you want to say the negative, can't means that it cannot be or that is impossible in that aspect. That's basically what can't mean. And you use the verb be in this context. So it'd be the lunch may be real, the lunch might be real, or the lunch could be real. The lunch can't in this case means that it's impossible. When you have questions and short answers, he said with the verb be, the question would be with the verb be first, is the lunch next month? Is he, let's say that you don't know his nationality. Is he American? Right? And then you use a possibility. It might be, he might, or could be. And with other verbs, does the full moon affects us? All right, you use does first. Does, we'll put that already in a question side. And the answer to that would be, it might. There is a possibility there. Or it might. Might is a little stronger than may. And it could. In that aspect, when they are positive, most of them, they're almost the same. So going with the exercises that we have here, and I know that you're going to have a lot of questions after this when you complete the exercises, because I will check. And I know what is your question so far. Mr. Reyes, which one should I use? May, might, or could? Well, according to what we explained, in the positive side, you pick. Let me know what is your answer in that aspect. All right, the first exercise after this, it says complete the dialogue with a modal and verb if needed. Sometimes more than one answer is possible. Hey, sometimes more than one answer is possible. Then ask and answer the questions with a partner. Number one, does life exist on other planets? Hey, good question. Does life exist in other planets? Remember, we are going with the unexplainable so far, unsolved mysteries. All right, so try to complete it, blank, there, a billion of planets, we, blank, be the only intelligent life. Worldwide, millions of bees are dying. Scientists can't figure out why. What's happening? Pesticides, and then you put here, be killing the beach, but it, be climate change. 2, are ghosts real? Hey, good questions. Are ghosts real? And I will ask you that question too, to see what is your opinion about that. Sure, a lot of people see them. Okay. No, there's no scientific proof for them. So what is your opinion about ghosts? Do you think that ghosts exist? Yes, no, and why? What is your answer? All right, we got here pesticides, a chemical used to kill insects. You should know. If not, investigate. Ask the questions and be with a partner again. This time, give and explain your own opinion. So when you complete this part with the possibilities that we got, may, might, could, or couldn't, or could not, and so on, after it's completed, you practice with your partner. So like that, we'll hear your opinion. All right. Does life exist on other planets? What is your personal opinion? All right. Worldwide, millions of bees are dying. Scientists can figure out why. What's happening? What is your opinion? And we got here, are ghosts real? What is your opinion about that? On the next section, we got a writing. And when it comes to the writing, we always have an example. Okay. Read the instructions, says read the paragraph, answer the questions with a partner. What questions is the writer answering? What question, after we read that, what is the writer's opinion? And what ideas does he use to support his opinion? Okay. And then in B says, read the questions below and circle your answer. Then complete the notes. Research facts and experts' opinions to support your opinion. So you need to make a research and check how you're going to research your opinion. Let's read this part. And after we read that, then we'll go with the exercise that we got here. Does life exist on other planets? It might. Scientists think that there are billions of planets in the universe. Some of these planets may be similar to Earth. In fact, scientists found hundreds of planets like Earth last year. These planets might have water, and they might not be too hot or too cold. There could be simple life form in them. Maybe one day we will solve this mystery. So this is a mystery. And does life exist in other planet? Remember, the unit is about unsolved mysteries. What is your opinion? All right, looking at this part that we got here, here we have another question. It says, are ghosts real? They might be. They probably aren't. Facts, finding, experts' opinion about this. So you need to create a similar paragraph that we have here, right? Scientists think according to what you investigate, and write about the answer that you have for this. Are ghosts real? Now remember that it could be that you think that they are real, but you got to find why. You got to give out the reasons. Or you could say no, that they are not real, and you got to find a reason explaining with the grammar that we have here. It might be, it could be, or it couldn't be. And according to what you investigate, then you write a paragraph explaining or giving out your explanation on that aspect. All right? That is another exercise. Let me go to the next part. The next part is the communication part. After you complete all that, then everybody's going to have something to talk about, especially when we're talking about the ghost. Okay? In C says, use your ideas. In B, and examples in A to write a paragraph of your own. So this is the homework that you have there about that exercise. You need to write a paragraph explaining, according to your investigation, if ghosts exist or not. But it's all right. All right. In these exchange papers, we're going to do that when we are in class. You're going to exchange paper. I'm going to check what is your answer to this. And everybody's going to share according to what they have. Remember, nobody knows directly. According to your investigation, then you're going to let us know what you find and what is your opinion and what is your guess. I mean, what do you think? Secret any mistakes in your partner's writing. I'm going to do that for you. Answer questions 2 in about your partner's paragraph. Do you agree with your partner? So we're going to have a lot of people that they're going to have different ideas. And remember, you need to respect the opinion of other people's, because we don't really know if it's true or not. And the class is about that. It's about unsolved mysteries. So whatever they think, and they can basically push and get some information to explain it. But at the end, it's a theory. So you got to respect if somebody doesn't think like the way you think. But it's all right. On the last part that we got here is called the communication. And we're going to do that directly with part of what you have, even though there is a nice thing here. It says, look at the photos and read the notes about these unsolved mysteries. We continue with unsolved mysteries, Mr. Reyes. What do you think each thing is? Circle your answer. So look at this picture. That is the Yanogani Monument, right? That is under the sea. And the second one we got here is the Mrreyes Mystery Lights viewing area. So this is an area where you could see some strange lights at a specific time, but it's right. So read what we got here. It says the Yanogani Monument is a large under the water rock formation about 25 meters, 82 feet, high in the Pacific Ocean near Japan. The mysterious object looked like the pyramids in Egypt and the Americas. So it looks just like the pyramids. You got to answer. An underwater city, a pyramid built by Egyptians, nothing, just some rocks. Your idea. What is your idea about this? What do you have to answer about this? What do you think? It's just your opinion. So even if you have something that is different than what we got here, let me know. On the second one, it says, the Marfa lights are lights that appear suddenly in the night sky. Often, there are 2 or 3 of them. They are about the size of a basketball. Sometimes they fly close to people's houses. People first saw them in 1883 in the desert near the town of Marfa, Texas, U.S. So these are lights that they come unexpectedly. We don't really know, but if you are there in that place, you are going to be able to see those lights at a specific moment. All right? Lights, what do you think they are? You think they are lights from a car or a plane? I mean, it could be some kind of strange weather. Maybe the weather forecast is just putting those lights and they appear. But do you think it's an UFO? Hey, an unidentified object? A lot of people think that. Or your idea. I mean, what do you think those lights are there? And what do you think they are? What is your opinion? They could be, they might be, using the grammar in that aspect of possibilities. All right, it says here, work in a small group, discuss each of the possible answers to the questions. Which is the most likely explanation? Which one is the explanation that convinces you a lot more, even though they are not, like 100%, but which explanation you feel identify more with, okay? And this is an example so you can share with the students. It said the Marfa lights might be lights from a car or plane. They could be an UFO. They could be just maybe a light that somebody put up there and then they turn it on and off whenever they want. It could be. And the last section that we have here is, can you think of another unsolved mystery like the ones in A or on the grammar page? Tell your group about the mystery. They will think of explanation for it. So what we'll do with this exercise, and that's basically the exercise we have here, you need to think about an unsolved mystery that you know about. And you are going to share with us the answer to that unsolved mystery. What do you think that mystery is? First, what is the name of the mystery? What is it? What is it that happens? And what is your opinion about it? What is your explanation for that unsolved mysteries? All right? And that'll basically it when it comes to this section. And we are today in the book 2, unit 3B, and the name of the unit with Limitless English is Unsolved Mysteries. See you guys on the next section.